Let's talk about the housing market crash of 2021. If you just go on YouTube, you would think that this is a certain event. Every second YouTuber is doing a video about how the housing market crash is coming in 2021. It's certain, right? Well, not exactly. Here's the deal. As YouTubers, we are incentivized by the YouTube search and discovery algorithm to create sensational headlines and thumbnails. That is how we get clicks. We create drama, we get clicks, we get paid. It's a simple formula and I'm not immune to it. I've been known to do it myself. Guilty as charged. Now usually when you have a bunch of small YouTubers regurgitating the same video again and again about how the housing market crash is coming in 2021, for example, if you go up the pecking order, you'd find the queen bee. And in this case, the queen bee is that mega YouTuber that made the video that got a lot of views, and now they're all copying the same template to try to get some views, the crumbs. Here's the thing. In this case, it is Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin is guilty as charged in my personal court of law. And again, as you can see, the background is red. That is because I'm mad. I'm triggered. Now again, everything I'm going to say in this video is my opinion and should be treated as such. It might be wrong. It might be completely irrelevant. Might be inaccurate. Do your own research and educate yourself. Now here's the thing, Kevin. Now Kevin, aka Stimulus Boy, and I don't know if I should be making this joke because I might be called the Dan Bilzerian boy, but I'll take it. Kevin has made a video about how the housing market crash is coming with his, clickbait face. Now, Kevin, if you're watching this video, please pay attention. There's a huge difference between creating drama and pizzazz like I'm doing now in this video just to get some views and actually creating panic for people. This is their livelihood, their homes. This is how they feed their children. You don't know what's going to happen with the market. You have no idea if the housing market will crash in 2021. Nobody does. None of us is a prophet. We can only speculate and give our opinion. And you know what, Kevin? If you would have simply done a video saying, hey, 5 reasons why I think the housing market may crash in 2021, I don't even make this video. There's no need. But when you trade off people's panic and most sincere fears for their livelihood just for views, when you sacrifice that objectivity to get more views on the expense of people's panic, I need to call you out. You chose to sacrifice your objectivity just to get people more riled up, more afraid, to tap into their most basic fears and paranoia and basically harness it for views. Now I know you have more subscribers and people will think I'm doing this for clout, but honestly, I don't need you to get views. I can make Dan Bilzerian videos all day long. The reason I'm actually doing this video is to warn people, to let them know, hey, there's a YouTuber here that is making wild speculations about the future of the US housing market based on an incentive to be dramatic and sensational. And this isn't the most objective way to analyze the market. They need to understand that you're no prophet and your analysis is just as good as mine. And in this video, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to give you my opinion and I'm going to explain why it is 180 degrees opposed to Kevin's. Now, here's one thing Kevin doesn't want you to know. These so-called real estate experts don't want you to know that the real estate market on a macro level is not that complicated. It's pretty much a two-way street. Sellers and buyers. It's not like a single deal that can get very complicated. The macroeconomics of the housing market are quite simple. And it's very simple to see what's the status of the market right now to see if a crash is imminent. Now, I don't know if the housing market will or will not crash in 2021. But what I can do is actually use hard data, which you can go and verify after I finish this video, and show you why I think we're not close to a housing crash, at least not now. Maybe that happens in the future, but based on the data we have right now, the housing market crash is not here. It's not close. It's not imminent. Might happen in a few months, but right now, this isn't the case, and let me show you why. And before we get started, let me explain a simple principle all of these experts don't want you to know. This whole housing market splits into 2 very simple principles that can tell you how good the market is. You have sellers and buyers. If the market is good, there's more buyers, less sellers. If the market is bad, there's more sellers, less buyers. It's very simple. It's nothing complicated. It's not rocket science. So, by looking at the market right now and testing these 2 data points, I can tell you if the market is doing bad or it's doing good. And if it's doing good, it means there's no way to predict there's going to be a market crash anytime soon. So now that we know this principle, we just have to look at the data. I have to show you the applicable data to show you what's going on with the sellers, with the buyers, and we can take a look at the market to see if it's good or bad. So the first data point I want to show you is the Mortgage Bankers Association's index, or MBA index, not to be confused with the degree I have from college. Now the MBA index basically shows us how much new applications for mortgages happen in a single month or quarter or year. So we can see what the demand for new housing is. If the demand is up versus last year or last quarter, the market is doing better. Simple, right? Now let's take a look at the US MBA Purchase Index. As you can see, it's going up over the past few years, meaning more buyers, meaning a better market. Now if I narrow it down for the last year, you'll see this little dip right here, which is the initial COVID scare. But as you can see here, the market bounced back. There are more mortgage applications than ever. Let me just show you. Compared to the last 5 years, this is as high as the market has ever been. 305.2 as of October 28. If I go to October 28 of last year, let me just show you. There's 247. From 247 to 305. As you can see, there are more mortgage applications right now than ever, meaning more buyers, meaning a better market. It's simple. But let me just show you the other side. There's no need for me to lie about this. Let me just show you the data. And this is exactly what the monthly supply of houses is. And as you can see here, right now we have the number of months. The lower the number is, the better the market. The higher the number is, the worse the market. The longer it takes you to sell a house, it means the market is not good. As you can see here, this is the market crisis of 2008. Almost 12 months to sell a house. This is where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 3.5 months. And just to let you know that the benchmark for this index is usually 6.5 months. The equilibrium point is 6.5 months. Anything above it is bad market. Anything below it is the better market. Right now, we're at 3.5 months. And right now, as you can see on the table, we're at 3.5 months, which is phenomenal. And as you just saw, ladies and gentlemen, these two data points show that we have a good market right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but right now, we're record-breaking as far as mortgage applications. 3.5 months on average to sell a house, which is quite short. So the market is doing great, but there's one small caveat. Well, essentially there's two. The first caveat is that this does not ensure that there's not going to be a market crash in the future. The housing market may crash in 2021. I don't know. But what I wanted to show in this video is that based on the data we have now, there's nothing to indicate it based on the macroeconomic numbers of the market. That might change, but right now, people who make this prediction basically just do it for clicks. And that is shameful. And beyond that, there's one additional caveat you have to know about. And I have to be fair and let you know. In certain jurisdictions, like in New York, for example, we've seen massive price drops. So it's not like the market is doing phenomenally everywhere. This is macroeconomics. Certain markets underperform. They may have crises going on right now. But as the macroeconomic level, this is the status. The second point is that you have to understand that these numbers are a little bit skewed. In certain jurisdictions, governmental authorities have prevented people from reporting the amount of days the properties were on the market, claiming that Corona was basically not counted as a day on the market. Now, that's a little bit artificial. I don't know exactly how much of a skewed statistic that would create, but this is something you need to consider because that may not be as good as it seems. And unlike some other YouTubers, even though this somewhat weakens my argument, I'm still gonna let you know because this is the kind of YouTuber I am. I want to give you the facts and information. And before we check off, an important message, we actually got the new shirts, allegedly in my opinion, blah, blah, blah. It's in the merch store. We gotta get paid, you know how it is. It's probably lower quality, shitty design, but if you buy it, I get paid, so go buy it. In any case, a huge thanks for our channel members, our Patreons, everybody who's been buying the merch. Thank you so much. If you actually got a shirt or another item, and if you actually got a shirt or some other merch item, send me a picture and I'll put you in my next video. I just enjoy doing that. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video.